Imagine a perfectly ordinary morning. You wake up, brew a cup of coffee, and prepare breakfast for your family. Your body feels a little tired, a bit heavy, and you find yourself more short of breath than usual after just a few steps in the kitchen. You think, maybe it's just age, or maybe I didn't sleep well. But what few people realize is that these small signals can actually be the silent warnings of an approaching heart attack. According to the American Heart Association, or AHA, heart disease remains the #1 cause of death among women in the United States. Every year, more than 300,000 women die from heart attacks, and the frightening truth is that many of them never recognize the early signs that appear days, even weeks before. Not everyone experiences the classic crushing chest pain. In women, especially after 60, the heart often doesn't scream, it whispers. And those whispers are easily mistaken for stress, aging, or simple digestive issues. Ask yourself, how many times have you felt completely drained, even without doing anything strenuous? How many times have you been short of breath climbing just a few steps, or broken out in a cold sweat while sitting still? And how many times did you reassure yourself, it's nothing, it's normal? Each time those warnings are ignored, hundreds of thousands of women lose their golden window to save their hearts. A study published in Circulation found that 80% of women who suffered a heart attack admitted they had experienced warning signs at least a week beforehand. It could have been unusual fatigue, shortness of breath, back pain, nausea, or dizziness. But most thought it was nothing serious. And when the heart attack finally struck, it was too late to act. In this video, I want to give you both knowledge and control so that you don't just know, but you can also act early. Together, we'll walk through 7 dangerous warning signs that often appear up to a week before a heart attack in women. These signs may be subtle, fleeting, and easy to overlook, but if you recognize them, they could be the very chance to save your life or the life of someone you love.
So please stay with me until the end, because what you're about to hear may be the most important heart health information you'll ever learn after age 60. Sign number 1, unusual fatigue. Fatigue is a familiar part of life, especially once we reach our 60s. But there is a very different kind of fatigue, one that is silent and dangerous, unusual, unexplained exhaustion. This may be the very first signal your heart is trying to send you. Unlike the tiredness you feel after a long, busy day, this type of fatigue often shows up even when you haven't done anything strenuous. You may find yourself worn out after just a few steps around the house, picking up a few things, or even after sitting and chatting for a short while, you feel short of breath, and all you want is to sit or lie down immediately. According to Circulation, the majority of women report experiencing unusual fatigue in the days before a heart attack, an exhaustion that feels deep, draining, and completely different from ordinary sleepiness or sluggishness. This happens because the heart is no longer pumping blood efficiently, reducing the oxygen and nutrients delivered to your cells. When the body lacks oxygen, you can feel like you're shutting down, and rest or even a full night's sleep doesn't restore your energy. Another indirect sign that often appears alongside this fatigue is mild swelling in the feet or ankles. This is caused by fluid buildup when the heart cannot pump blood effectively, making the overall heaviness and exhaustion even worse. The alarming truth is that many women mistake these symptoms for menopause, poor sleep, or everyday stress. And because of that, they dismiss it until the real heart attack strikes, when it may already be too late. Remember this: normal tiredness fades after rest, but heart-related fatigue does not. If you find yourself experiencing ongoing, unexplained exhaustion, treat it as a warning from your heart and get checked early.
Sign 2, chest discomfort that doesn't feel typical. When we think of a heart attack, most of us immediately picture intense chest pain, like someone squeezing or crushing the heart. But for many women over 60, the reality is very different. They don't feel that classic pain at all. Instead, they may only experience a vague discomfort in the chest, and that's exactly why the symptom is so often ignored. This discomfort can feel like heaviness, mild pressure, a faint burning, or as if something is simply pressing down in the middle of the chest. Some women describe it as feeling like wearing a bra that's too tight or having a heavy book resting on their chest. It isn't sharp or stabbing. It doesn't knock you to the ground, and so it's easy to dismiss. Biologically, this happens when blood flow to the heart muscle is temporarily restricted, causing the heart to be deprived of oxygen. And because the heart never gets to rest, even a few minutes of reduced blood flow can trigger this sensation of pressure or discomfort. The danger is that women often mistake this feeling for indigestion, acid reflux, stress, or even a pulled muscle in the chest. Instead of going to the doctor, many take antacids or simply rest, missing the golden window to stop a heart attack before it happens. One important clue to watch for: if this chest discomfort appears during activity, like climbing stairs or carrying groceries, and eases with rest, it may be stable angina, a classic warning sign that a heart attack could be on the way soon. The key thing to remember is this: chest pain in women isn't always intense. Even mild, vague, or recurring discomfort should be treated as a red flag from your heart. Don't wait for a dramatic explosion of pain before taking action. For women, sometimes a quiet, nagging chest discomfort may be the only sign before a silent heart attack strikes. In addition to chest discomfort, one of the other warning signs often overlooked is when your breathing becomes short and shallow, even when you haven't done anything strenuous.
Have you ever felt like you couldn't feel your lungs completely? As if the airflow was blocked halfway? Or that after just slow walking or climbing a few steps, you had to stop to catch your breath? This may not simply be aging or a loss of stamina. It may be a sign that your heart is struggling to pump blood and deliver oxygen. Physiologically, when the heart weakens, its ability to pump blood throughout the body decreases. At that point, blood begins to back up in the pulmonary circulation, raising pressure in the capillaries. Excess fluid can leak out, building up in the lung tissue, making oxygen exchange less effective. The result is short, shallow breathing and the constant feeling of not getting enough air. The worrying part is that this symptom is often mistaken. Many people think they have asthma, seasonal allergies, or just mild bronchitis. But heart-related shortness of breath has different characteristics. It recurs. It may happen even while you are resting, and in worse cases, when lying down, you may feel chest heaviness and difficulty taking a deep breath. In the early stages, shortness of breath appears only during light activity, but if ignored, it can progress to the point where even sitting still leaves you breathless. At that stage, the risk of a heart attack or acute heart failure is very close. Remember, your breathing is a mirror of your heart's health. If you feel shallow breathing or unexplained shortness of breath, especially when it comes with dizziness or fatigue, don't assume it's just your lungs. Very likely, it's your heart calling for help. Sign 4. Unusual cold sweats. Normally, we sweat when the weather is hot, when we exercise, or when we're anxious or stressed. But if you are sitting and resting in a cool room and suddenly sweat starts running down your back, your hands and feet turn icy cold, and your skin becomes pale, that is a sign you need to take very seriously. This happens when the sympathetic nervous system, also known as the body's fight or flight response, is activated. When the heart isn't receiving enough blood, the brain interprets it as a dangerous situation and sends alarm signals throughout the body. One of the most obvious reactions is sudden cold sweating, often accompanied by restlessness, a racing heartbeat, or trembling. According to a study published in the American Journal of Cardiology, 43% of women admitted to the hospital for a heart attack reported experiencing cold sweats beforehand, even without the classic chest pain. This shows how important this symptom is and how often it is overlooked. What makes this sign dangerous is how easily it gets blamed on something else. Maybe it's low blood sugar, maybe it's stress, or just aging. But here's the difference. Heart-related cold sweats often appear suddenly, intensely, without a clear pattern, and are accompanied by other symptoms like shortness of breath, dizziness, or nausea.
If you experience this, stop what you're doing immediately. Sit down and pay close attention to your body. Most importantly, don't just wait for it to pass. Treat it as a red flag. Seek medical help early, or call emergency services if it comes with other suspicious symptoms. Remember, cold sweats are not always harmless. Sometimes they are the warning bell that your heart is in real danger and needs urgent attention. Sign 5. Unusual weakness in the arms and legs. One of the most silent yet dangerous signals before a heart attack is sudden weakness in the arms or legs. Many women are surprised when they suddenly feel their once strong body losing strength. Walking becomes harder, household chores feel heavier, and their arms and legs seem shaky and unreliable. This is not the ordinary muscle soreness after a day of activity, nor is it the familiar joint pain of aging. This is a sudden, unexplained loss of strength. Sometimes it shows up after carrying just a light bag, climbing a few steps, or simply standing for a while. Your arms and legs tremble and your body feels unsteady. The reason is this. When the heart begins to weaken, blood is no longer pumped efficiently to the farthest parts of the body. The muscles in the arms and legs, organs that require plenty of oxygen to function, are the first to be affected. Without oxygen, muscle cells are essentially starved, quickly losing strength and coordination. The danger is that many women dismiss this as being out of shape, arthritis, or simply getting older. But heart-related muscle weakness is different. It comes suddenly, unpredictably, and persists even after rest. Often it appears alongside other signs such as dizziness, shortness of breath, or cold sweats. A study in the Journal of Women's Health revealed that more than half of women admitted to the hospital for a heart attack did not report chest pain. Instead, they felt weakness in their bodies, loss of strength in the arms or legs, or a general sense of being drained. This is why so many miss the golden window for timely treatment. Listen to your body. If your hands suddenly feel unsteady when gripping, your legs tremble when walking, or you lose strength far quicker than usual, don't rush to blame it on age. Sometimes that unusual weakness is your heart's urgent cry for help.
Sign 6. Unexplained nausea or vomiting. We usually think of nausea or vomiting as a stomach issue. Maybe you ate something bad, had indigestion, or even food poisoning. But what few people know is that the heart can also cause these symptoms, especially in women over 60. The mechanism involves the vagus nerve, a major nerve that connects the brain to the heart, lungs, and digestive system. When the heart is deprived of blood or not functioning properly, the signals traveling along this nerve can become distorted. As a result, instead of feeling chest pain, the brain may misinterpret the signal as nausea or vomiting. This explains why some women arrive at the hospital thinking they have food poisoning or gastritis, only to learn that they had just experienced a silent heart attack. What's most concerning is that heart-related nausea usually doesn't come with clear digestive symptoms like bloating, belching, or stomach pain. It often appears suddenly, can last for hours, and is frequently accompanied by fatigue, cold sweats, dizziness, or mild shortness of breath. These pieces of the puzzle point to the real source, not the stomach, but the heart. Another key difference is that nausea linked to the heart can happen even if you haven't eaten anything unusual, and typical stomach medications often don't relieve it.
If this happens to you, especially if it comes along with other warning signs, treat it as a red flag and seek medical attention immediately. Don't be too quick to conclude that it's just a stomach problem. Sometimes that persistent, unexplained nausea may be your heart's final cry for help before a heart attack truly strikes.
Sign 7. Dizziness, lightheadedness, or loss of balance. One of the most dangerous, yet most often overlooked warning signs before a heart attack is sudden dizziness or lightheadedness. You might be standing in the kitchen, getting up from a chair, or simply turning around when suddenly your vision darkens, your head spins, and your body feels like it's about to collapse. We often assume it's low blood pressure, dehydration, or skipping a meal. But in reality, a weakening heart can also be the cause. When the heart fails to pump enough blood, the brain, the organ that needs the most oxygen, runs low on energy almost instantly. The result can be sudden imbalance, spinning sensations, or even fainting without warning. What makes this symptom so dangerous is how easily it gets hidden under familiar explanations. Many women think dizziness is just age, poor sleep, or fatigue after a long day. But here's the difference. Heart-related dizziness tends to repeat, can happen even without physical effort, and may also come with shortness of breath, cold sweats, a racing heartbeat, or unusual muscle weakness. Cardiology research shows that dizziness or lightheadedness can appear days, even up to a week before a heart attack, acting as an early warning sign. Sadly, many ignore it, thinking a little rest will make it go away, only to lose the golden window to prevent a serious event. Here's what to remember. If you find yourself frequently losing balance, feeling faint when standing, or becoming lightheaded even while sitting still, don't dismiss it. Treat it as a red flag from your heart. Act immediately. Sit down to avoid falling, let someone nearby know, and if the symptom doesn't resolve quickly, or if it comes with other warning signs, call emergency services right away. Sometimes even a brief dizzy spell is your heart's way of warning you that it's in danger, and listening to your body in time could be the very thing that saves your life. A heart attack can strike suddenly, but that doesn't mean you are powerless. In fact, with just a few small adjustments in daily life, you can significantly reduce your risk. Here are 4 simple habits you can start today.
1. Eat smarter, one meal at a time. You don't need extreme restrictions. Simply begin by replacing less healthy foods with heart-friendly ones. Choose whole grain bread instead of white. Eat fatty fish like salmon or mackerel twice a week instead of red meat. Add more vegetables, low-sugar fruits, and a handful of walnuts or almonds for snacks. These small changes help lower bad cholesterol and improve circulation. 2. Move regularly but gently. You don't need intense workouts. Just 30 minutes of walking a day, light yoga, dancing with friends, gardening, or even climbing a few stairs will do. Regular activity helps your heart pump more efficiently, lowers blood pressure, and builds stamina. The most important thing is consistency, to make movement a joy, not a chore. 3. Manage sleep and stress. Quality sleep is the heart's free medicine. Aim for 7 to 8 hours each night. Before bed, limit screen time. Try reading, listening to soft music, or practicing deep breathing. Stress is also the heart's enemy. Journaling, talking with friends, and spending time on hobbies are simple but powerful ways to keep your mind calm and your heart protected. 4. Get regular checkups. This is the key to catching problems early. Monitor your blood pressure, blood sugar, cholesterol, EKG, and echocardiogram as recommended by your doctor. Don't wait for symptoms to appear. By then, it may already be too late. And never forget, Your heart has been faithfully working for over 60 years, without a single pause. Now, all it asks in return is steady, wise care, so it can continue to accompany you through many more healthy, joyful years. We've just gone through 7 silent warning signs that can appear as early as 1 week before a heart attack in women. These signs are not always dramatic. They don't always arrive like a scene from a movie. Sometimes the heart doesn't scream. It only whispers through small signals: unexplained fatigue, an unusual racing heartbeat, or a sudden dizzy spell while you're standing still. The issue is not whether the body gives signals. It always does. The real question is whether we listen or whether we dismiss them. How many times have you told yourself, "It's probably nothing," or "It's just age"? That very attitude has cost hundreds of thousands of women their golden opportunity to protect their hearts.
The good news is you can choose differently. Every small action, writing down your symptoms, seeing a doctor when something feels off, maintaining healthy eating habits, walking daily, getting enough sleep, managing stress, each of these can greatly reduce your risk. Your heart has faithfully beaten more than 2.5 billion times over your lifetime, and now it only needs a little more care from you to keep going strong for many more years. If you're watching this video and find yourself thinking of your mother, your sister, your spouse, or even yourself, then this is the moment to act. Don't wait until the heart speaks for the last time. Share this video because it may be the most valuable gift you can give to someone you love. If this knowledge has brought you value, please hit the like button to support this channel. And if you've ever experienced similar signs, don't hesitate to share your story in the comments. Your experience may become the timely reminder that saves thousands of others facing the same silent danger. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell. Each week, we'll continue this journey together, discovering simple yet powerful ways to protect our health and peace of mind after 60. Because caring for your heart isn't just about living longer. It's about living healthier, happier, and more fully with the people you love.